Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Ahead of Gujarat elections, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a no-holds-barred attack on all opposition parties on the issue of terrorism. Without mincing words, Prime Minister Modi said Congress was soft on terror in a bid to save its vote bank. The Prime Minister has, with various speeches, put the issue of terror and the politics on terror centre stage, not sparing, quote-unquote, even a smaller party. By and large, Gujarat is a safe state, has been for over a decade. As the Prime Minister himself said, most of its young voters today haven't even lived through a curfew era, as were common in the state before BJP came to power over 2 decades ago. Then, will the memories of what used to be factor in the minds of the electorate today when they vote this time around? Is it an important poll pitch for the incumbent BJP to remind the public of what used to be and what can come back if any other party comes to power? Will the issue of terror be a decisive one in the battle for Gujarat? That's the larger question we're asking today, and we'll take those questions to our guests in just a bit. First, let me take you through some of the stiffest attacks that have come from the Prime Minister on the opposition on the issue of terror itself. In obvious attacks on the Congress party, he has said during campaigning, threat of terrorism will loom till vote bank politics remains, and that country needs to be vigilant against Congress and others. He invoked the memory and the fallout of the Mumbai terror attacks on its anniversary, remember, saying post-26/11, Congress didn't take action but labelled Hindu as terrorists instead. He also reminded the public of how bomb blasts used to be routine in the state when Congress was at the centre, and how instead of targeting terror, they target him instead. Given the good record under Modi government at the centre, especially when it comes to terror or bomb blasts in the country, he has said that we need to save Gujarat from those playing the dirty game of terrorism, and only BJP can save the youth from bombs. The charge, though, has not been restricted to the Congress alone. In veiled attacks, the Prime Minister has also attacked parties like the Aam Aadmi Party, for example. He said Congress views terrorism from the prism of vote bank, and like-minded parties view terror as a shortcut to success. He said this, especially mentioning smaller parties who are even hungrier for power, so they can do anything. He also said Congress leaders questioned the Batla House encounter and added that other parties still call it a fake encounter, to reinforce the point that others are no different than the main opposition party in the state of Gujarat, that being the Congress party. Let's also quickly see what others have offered on the issue of terror in Gujarat. Now, new Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge used the often used card of reminding the public how their own leaders have been killed by terrorists in the past. He obviously has mentioned how Indira Gandhi gave her life and how Rajiv Gandhi was also sacrificed on the issue of terror itself. Meanwhile, Asaduddin Owaisi of the AIMIM has also repeated his often raised issue of UAPA, mentioning how the UAPA gives the government unbridled powers to arrest people. He has often said this in the past, that this is used disproportionately against Muslims in India, and that the UAPA is an evil law which does nothing to stop terror. So the big debate, as I mentioned, coming up, will terror be a decisive poll issue as far as these Gujarat elections are concerned? A short story and then we debate.
कांग्रेस हो या वोट बैंक के भूखे कुछ दल, ये लोग सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक पर भी सवाल उठाते हैं कि आतंकियों के हौसले बढ़ते गए। देश के हर बड़े शहर में आतंकवाद सिर चढ़कर बोलने लगा। दिल्ली में जब बाटला हाउस एनकाउंटर हुआ तो कांग्रेस के नेता आतंकियों के समर्थन में रोने लगे, रोने। मुझे 14 साल पहले हुए मुंबई हमले की तस्वीरें भी याद आ रही। देश पर हुआ ये सबसे बड़ा आतंकी हमला था, लेकिन इस हमले के बाद कांग्रेस सरकार आतंक के आकाओं पर कार्रवाई करने के बजाय हिंदुओं पर आतंकी होने का लेबल चिपकाने की साजिश कर रही है।
हमारे लोग सूली पे चढ़े, 10-10 साल, 20-20 साल जेलों में रहे, घर बार छोड़कर स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन में कूद पड़ के इस देश को आजादी दिलाया। उसका जिक्र आप कभी कहीं नहीं करते।
Going across to the guests joining us, Dr. Shraddha Rajput is from the BJP, Charan Singh Sapra from the Congress Party, Rashid Kidwai is author and senior journalist joining us, also Premchand Paleti, who's Chief Executive, C4, a psephologist. I will of course take his view on whether this is going to be a decisive issue, but let me first begin with Charan Singh Sapra of the Congress Party. The Congress has said, amongst other statements, that, we've lost our prime ministers, the prime minister that came from the Congress Party, its tall leaders in the past because of terrorism. That doesn't necessarily mean that the Congress has worked hard to eliminate terror in the country. We all know the record pre-2014 and post-2014. Is the Prime Minister wrong in reminding the public in Gujarat of what used to be, Mr. Sapra?
Shivani, let me make it clear. How Shrimati Indira Gandhi lost her life? Why was she killed? Or maybe why Rajiv Gandhi was killed? They were fighting against terrorism only. They were fighting against LTT and the Khalistani forces. Likewise, I would also like to remind you that the Punjab Chief Minister Sardar Beant Singh was killed. He was also martyred fighting against terrorism. Thereafter in Chhattisgarh, nearly 10 to 15 Congress leaders, including the senior leader Vidyacharan Shukla, they were killed, they were martyred by the Naxalites. So BJP need not lecture us on terrorism. Congress has always fought against terrorism to eradicate terrorism. And what is BJP doing? BJP doesn't have any right to talk about all this. I would like to put a question to BJP. When they are talking about Pulwama, let me put a question. Why did Pulwama happen? Who was responsible for it? Who was accountable for it? The then governor Satyapal Malik himself said that this was a large intelligence failure, massive intelligence failure, due to which we lost 40 CRPF Jawans. We lost 40 brave hearts. That is a big thing. Now these 40 brave hearts, there is no accountability of the Narendra Modi government. After that, Devinder Singh, the DYSP, who was linked with this Pulwama attack, he was caught. His case is in the cold storage.
Mr. Sapra, there's an important distinction. You're talking about what has happened in the state or now the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, where terrorism has been an issue that predates the Narendra Modi government. But if you look at bomb blasts or the instances of blasts and explosions and big terror cases, that hasn't happened barring Jammu and Kashmir and the rest of the country. That's a very clear demarcation. You can raise Pulwama.
Let me complete.
The reality is that in the rest of the country, in the rest of the country, terror attacks just don't happen the way you used to happen.
No. What I'm trying to figure out. See, you please listen to my points. Devinder Singh and Tariq Ahmed Mir. Tariq Ahmed Mir, who was caught, and he was, the NIA said that he's a Hizbul Mujahideen member. Now that Tariq Ahmed Mir contested the assembly election in 2014 on the BJP ticket. Likewise, Talib Hussain. I have a photograph of Talib Hussain, who is with the Jammu Kashmir BJP chief, Ravinder Raina. This Talib Hussain is a member of Lashkar-e-Toiba. And he is providing logistics to the terrorists over there. He's caught by the ATS over there. Likewise, there is a Firoz Khan person who is linked with Azhar Masood, and he has contested on BJP ticket the councillor election from ward number 33 in Srinagar.
You're only talking about, for example, cases in Jammu and Kashmir. We're having a slightly different debate, sir. And I'll give you one more opportunity.
Jammu and Kashmir is not.
I'll give you one more opportunity before I go across to Ms. Rajput of the BJP. The issue is, you talked about terrorism of Khalistanis, you talked about LTE, you talked about Maoists. Now, the precise charge against the Congress party is that actually you are soft on Islamic terrorism.
No.
You were very fierce on everything else. But when it comes to Islamic terror in India, the Congress goes on to the back foot.
That's what I'm trying to explain you, that BJP is soft. when Mufti Muhammad Saeed, he took oath as a chief minister. Narendra Modi was there in presence of Narendra Modi. He thanked the separatists. He thanked the Pakistan. Why Narendra Modi did not object to it? Mehbooba Mufti, she said Afzal Guru is a patriot. And then BJP made Mehbooba Mufti a chief minister. They run the government together for 3 years. So where is the patriotism of BJP? When 10,000 stone pelters cases were taken off, they were withdrawn, and the case was put on Major Aditya Kumar. Where was BJP? When Asia Andrabi's photo came on the poster of Beti Bachao,
again,
Beti Padhao,
you are limited to Jammu and Kashmir. You have really no one instance to talk about in the rest of the country.
Shivani,
no, but Jammu and Kashmir,
is Jammu Kashmir not a part of India?
Of course
is
it is.
Is Jammu Kashmir not a part of India, Shivani? Why are you trying?
Area.
Why are you trying to defend BJP?
Red terror, when it comes to Maoism terror, cannot naturally be compared to, let's say, bomb blast or the Mumbai terror attacks in 26/11.
Why red carpet welcome was given to ISI in Pathankot? Now Pathankot is not in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah, but you're talking about the Pulwama attack.
So
it's still the same attack.
What I'm saying is Jammu Kashmir not a part of India?
Of course it is, but sir, Jammu and Kashmir is dealing with militancy for the last 40 years. Most of it the Congress party has been in power.
Why are you trying to protect BJP?
No, I'm asking you, when it comes to the state of Gujarat, the issue is slightly different. Gujarat faced bomb blasts specifically from Islamic terror. Was the Congress soft or not? And look at what the Prime Minister reminded the country about 26/11. Does that charge not stand?
How can it be different?
All right, Mr. Sapra, stay on. Dr. Shraddha Rajput. Sir, you've got enough opportunity. Please yield now. Dr. Shraddha Rajput.
Can I put one more point?
No, one second, sir. Congress representative is talking about how the BJP itself has been soft or has even had links of its own workers, candidates to terror in the past. He obviously talked about Jammu and Kashmir linked cases. So what is the problem that the BJP has with the Congress?
First of all, Madam, Honorable Rajiv Gandhi and Honorable Indira Gandhi is not the Prime Minister of only Congress Party. It is very painful. They are our Prime Minister who is accountable for their assassinations. I have a question for them because Rajiv Gandhi is my Prime Minister as well and Indira Gandhi is my Prime Minister as well. So accountability, which government at that time, so Congress has to give the answer why that assassination happened. And what Prime Minister Sir said that we have heard about the Mumbai serial bomb blast, Taj attack, Parliament attack. There was a series of bomb blasts in Surat, Ahmedabad Civil Hospital, Jaipur.
Parliament
Karnataka,
attack was during BJP regime.
The Honorable Prime Minister was Manmohan
Madam,
Singh.
Parliament attack was during BJP rule.
Brother, listen me carefully. See, there are some issues in the network, so please allow me to speak. If you have a patience, listen to me carefully. I would like to say, what Prime Minister is saying, he is talking about the attack happened on Parliament, Taj, Mumbai serial blast, Surat, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Naxalite area in the Chhattisgarh. What kind of steps taken by the Congress at that time? So there is no answer for, is there any answer from Congress? Please give me the brother. What is your answer for that? Have you done anything from the Jammu and Kashmir? We have done the Operation All Out mission. We eradicate terrorism. With most of the terrorism, 95-96%, we worked on that issue. We worked on Chhattisgarh, Naxalite area. When there is a Pulwama attack happened, we gave them answer by airstrike, surgical strike. Entire world stood by us because our international diplomacy, which is said by the Prime Minister Sir and the respected Sushma Madam was there. So see, it's not about you, me, Congress or any other party. It's about our country. We unitedly, we must fight against the terrorism. That's what we are saying.
Okay, I think the BJP and the Prime Minister are, of course, playing on the memory of what used to transpire in the rest of country. Of course, Jammu and Kashmir cannot be compared to any other state in that respect. Or at one time, Maoist terror-affected states could not be compared to other states where red terror did not exist. Rashid Kidwai, I'm coming to you. Could the issue of terror that the Prime Minister is raising so vociferously in the campaigning in Gujarat be the Achilles heel of the Congress party and even the Aam Aadmi party?
I think, Shivani, I think it's quite, irrelevant because election is taking place in a state. There is no sign of, thankfully, thank God, there is no sign of any kind of terror or terror related. What Prime Minister is referring to dates back to 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, etc. What is the relevance? This is a state assembly election. And to, on a political turf, to be accusing another political party, a national political party, which has lost several people, not only just two prime ministers. Look at Manish Tiwari's father lost his life. Ajay Makal's brother lost his life.
Yeah.
One can go on giving a lot of examples. So what I'm saying is, ultimately, of course, he is speaking there as a politician, but the grace and the dignity of the office of prime minister must be maintained. Why
But
are we
what's
debating
wrong
this?
in
The country is
reminding the
one.
public
The
of what
country is
happened
one
during
on
the
issue of
Bartla
terrorism.
encounter?
No, no, please
Is
let
it
me
wrong
complete.
to talk about in national discourse that India did not respond to Pakistan despite the fact that Lashkar-e-Toiba was responsible for Mumbai terror attacks? Instead, in India, Congress politicians were talking about Hindu terror. Is this not relevant?
Are you accusing the Congress party of not being of being anti-national? If it is being anti-national, there is a law against it. You please take action against it. What I'm saying is, at the institutional level, whenever the Congress was in power, its prime ministers tried to do best of its, their capability. And it's not the prime minister. It is that Home Ministry, it is RAW, it is IB, security forces. Everyone chips in. That's
Okay.
how government works.
Okay, Mr. Paleti, I want to come to you exactly on the larger question we're asking. Do you feel, of course, the Gujarat, as I mentioned at the top of the show, has been a very safe state. In fact, even women are considered very safe in the state of Gujarat, and crime is not the biggest issue. But will terror play on the minds of the voters today, especially the young electorate who, as the Prime Minister himself accepted, haven't even seen the days of curfew that used to persist in Gujarat? Will it be a big issue?
Shivani, having done an elaborate survey in Gujarat, I can say terror is not a very important issue as of now in Gujarat. It's not among the top 3 or even top 5 issues in Gujarat. But having said that, the polarization on religious lines is very much there, and Congress is perceived to be soft on terror.
And I'm guessing because you mentioned religious lines, and as I mentioned earlier, it's actually done great when it comes to Punjab terrorism. You could even argue that Congress, did what it could do in Jammu and Kashmir, although the BJP will oppose that view. And let's say against red terror, Maoist extremism. Is it particularly when it comes to the issue of Islamic terror that you feel the Congress suffers?
That's right. In Gujarat, that issue is very much there, and Congress is perceived to be soft on Islamic terror. So, and that is helping BJP there.
And what about the fact that there is obviously the new entrant here in the Aam Aadmi Party? The Prime Minister didn't quite name them, but has made veiled attacks at them. Do you think keeping quiet on this issue will help the Aam Aadmi Party? Because they're not speaking on this at all.
Is trying to be more pro-Hindutva. That means they announced that on the new notes, there will be symbol of Lakshmi and Ganesh and all those things.
Yeah.
So they're trying to not to be perceived as a party which is favorable to Muslims or terror. So they're trying to be what Congress is perceived. So they want to change the perception in favor of being religiously neutral. So they're trying to create that perception.
But as you very rightly said, that they are being accused of being even more pro-Hindutva than the BJP. And
yes,
will that
they're
work?
trying to be projecting. Means they went a step further. They said on notes, put images of Lakshmi and Ganesh.
Yeah.
But I don't think that will help Aam Aadmi Party that much. They're actually cutting more of Congress votes.
Yeah, but even that could be a big gain for the Aam Aadmi Party if they manage to do that, because whatever said and done, the Congress has had a consistent vote bank in Gujarat. So if the Aam Aadmi Party manages to chip away that, then obviously it could spell doom for the Congress Party one more time. But can I just have final? Yes, go ahead. I have 30 seconds. Please go ahead.
Yeah, as our survey tells, they are cutting about a maximum of Congress votes. The Muslims, Dalits, ST, and some sections of OBC. So they're chipping more of Congress votes than BJP votes.
Okay.
And it is actually
we'll discuss, of course,
helping
more
BJP.
of the election-related, numbers in days to come. But I have final minutes left, so I'll give our political representative one more opportunity. Mr. Sapra, this is the bottom line. The Congress might not accept it, and I don't expect you to accept it. But the problem is exactly this. You were seen soft on Islamic terror, especially precisely because you have a Muslim vote bank. And even till today, these statements in Indian politics, Indian opposition continue, which either give alibi or, try to play down the threat of Islamic radicalism.
Shivani, how can you say that when there are glaring examples like, Azhar Masood was given a plus 3 terrorists were given a green channel exit by Jaswant Singh, the External Affairs Minister of BJP, and now the NSA, Doval, was with Mr. Jaswant Singh. Pathankot, the red carpet welcome was given by Narendra Modi government to the ISI. How can you put that blame? Niranjan Hijoiya, office bearer of BJP, was arrested by the ATS over there because he had a terrorist link. Madhya Pradesh, Dhruv Saxena, he was the BJP IT cell chief in Madhya Pradesh and he had an ISI link. He was caught by the NIA. So these are the glaring examples which show that BJP leaders, they have a link, they have a terror link or they have links with the terrorists or the terror activities. And BJP is going soft on them. I have given you various examples of Mehbooba
Yet
Mufti
the perception is that it is the
Mufti
Congress
Mohammad
party
Saeed.
that is
Likewise,
soft on terror,
these are
especially
you
the threat
forget
of
perception.
Islamic terror
The
in
real
India.
issues on the ground are inflation, price rise, unemployment. These are the real issues.
Okay, can I
Narendra
take
Modi
30
is trying
seconds
to,
with our
change the
BJP
goalpost.
representative to
He's just
answer
trying to
exactly
change the
that?
goalpost over
The
there.
Congress has alleged that these are not the real issues. This is a deflection from the real issues.
See, we worked on the real issues. Our main agenda is development. We work on that. We work on the Jandan account to the electricity, road, infrastructure development, employment, and those things. Brother, I would like to ask you, you have a phobia, means you do not want to answer those questions about the Islamic terrorism, but you people are very okay to take the Bhagwa Atangwad, saffron terrorism, Hindu is Atangwadi. So that was all.
No, what
done.
about Morbi? You should answer
sir, let her have her say. I have limited time. Sir, please. She didn't speak when you were speaking. Let her have her say. Can I just have the BJP representative finish her thought because I don't have enough time? Yes.
BJP needs to answer on the...
Whatever we have done, our government has done, it is for all of us. We believe in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. We have not done any appeasement politics like you. And we have not used that Bhagwa Atangwad, saffron terrorism and Hindu Atangwadi words.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. We'll have to wait and see exactly what resonance the issue of terror has in these elections in Gujarat in 2022. Time for a very short break. On the other side, we'll be discussing our other big story of the day, which is the violent attack in the name of port protests in Kerala. Stay tuned.